Live from San Francisco on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network, you are listening to Wrestling Observer Live with your hosts, Bryan Alvarez and Mike Sempervive.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Let's get it on!
How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. Weekend edition of the show here, and a lot to get into. There is a ton of news coming out of this weekend and this coming Monday Night's Raw, and Tuesday as well. Tuesday in particular, the strange match that has been added, Jinder Mahal, AJ Styles for the WWE title, which was announced a day after they had announced a completely different match on the SmackDown television show. So something happened, and they changed their mind, and we're going to find out Tuesday why. We got big shows coming up this weekend as well. There is the New Japan show, Bound for Glory, TNA's biggest show of the year. We've got UFC 217, the big Michael Bisping, George St. Pierre match. Apparently the early indicators are that the show is going to do pretty well, which is interesting because a lot of people claiming they don't care one bit about this match. What do you think about Bisping at GSP? Do you care about this match? Are you buying this show? What do you think about the return of George St. Pierre after all of these years? We'll be taking your phone calls here today on this subject, and many more as well. Are you getting Bound for Glory? Have you been watching Impact? What do you think of the Impact product of late? We got a lot of news coming out of Impact, as well as the Raw 25th anniversary show, and matches announced for Monday Night's Raw, including, yes, there will be a Jason Jordan versus Drifter guitar on a pole match that has been added to Raw. I'm not making that up. If you've had a lack of pole matches in your life of late, well, lucky you. You're going to get one on Raw. We can talk about that here today on the program as well. If you want to give us a call, the phone number, it is toll-free, 844-411-5411. That is toll-free, 844-411-5411. You can send your text messages today to 425-780-7566. I'm up on Twitter at Bryan Alvarez. Mike is up on Twitter at Sempervive. He's going to join us after the break. Going to take a lot of phone calls and emails and text messages today, so get ready to participate. Back in a moment, Wrestling Observer Live.
Hey, travelers. Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
If you suffer from back pain, joint pain, arthritis, or other chronic pain, you need to try the water therapy benefits that Advantage Therapeutic Walk-In Bath provides. Not only does Advantage Walk-In Bath help get you in and out of the tub safely, it is proven to be beneficial to relieve aches and pains, giving you the relief to enjoy your day. You can enjoy taking your new bath and rejuvenating your body in as little as 7 days. And if you call today and ask for the radio special, we'll give you a $1,500 coupon towards the purchase of a new Vantage walk-in bath. Every call in the next 10 minutes will receive a $1,500 coupon towards the purchase of a new Vantage walk-in bath. Your aches and pains can be washed away. Call right now for a risk-free quote. 800-552-6851. 800-552-6851. 800-552-6851. That's 800-552-6851.
My joints used to kill me. I'd wake up with stiff knees and a stiff back, and it wouldn't get much better throughout the day. I went to doctors and took almost every supplement you can think of, and nothing seemed to help. Then I found something called Oil Can Joint Lubricant. They use only top-of-the-line, all-natural ingredients, and I know many companies make similar claims, but here's the big difference. Oil Can ingredients are scientifically formulated to work together faster than anything else in the marketplace. That's guaranteed. I take Oil Can every day. My knee pain was gone in just a few days. So if you have knee pain, back pain, and you tried everything, try Oil Can Joint Lubricant risk-free right now. I'm confident you'll have fewer aches and pains within days, or we will gladly refund your money. Call right now. 800-989-1795. 800-989-1795. 800-989-1795. 800-989-1795.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live with Bryan Alvarez and Mike Sempervive on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
We're back here on the show. Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. We are joined by Mike Sempervive, also of WrestlingObserver.com. If you want to give us a call here today, 844-411-5411. Text messages, 425-780-7566. We had a lot to get into here today. First off, a follow-up from yesterday's show. Listen, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. This Jinder Mahal AJ Styles match. And I honest to God, I don't know what's going on. But I honest to God think something's going on. They announced AJ versus Rusev on SmackDown for next week's show. The very next day, or I guess it would have been Thursday, so 2 days later. 2 days later, they just changed their minds, and they announced it's AJ versus Jinder for the title on Tuesday. And the explanation they gave made it very clear that they were just making this up out of thin air. Because the story that Shane decided to make the match after AJ got beat up on the show, and then later he announced the Rusev match. So the timeline doesn't even make sense. Something happened for them to decide to do this match. Now, listen, it could be nothing, okay? It could be that they did a terrible rating because of Halloween, and instead of just throwing the rating out the window because it doesn't matter because it was on Halloween, they decided, my God, we need like a big match here for SmackDown because we don't want the ratings to crumble. That could be all this is, okay? But if AJ beats him, I mean, clearly something's going on. Now, yesterday, Dave speculated that maybe Jinder is hurt. And as I've talked about before, Jinder had a shoulder injury. He may still have a shoulder injury. I mean, you can look at pictures of Jinder. I mean, clearly something's physically going on. I mean, he's hurt. However, he is working the European tour. He's worked the last 2 nights of the tour. So he can't be that hurt. I mean, he's still working the tour. So I guess we'll find out what's going on Monday. I don't want to speculate too much, but I think it's very clear that something's happening which caused them to change all of their plans for this coming Tuesday for what should be just a normal throwaway edition of SmackDown.
Like the old Arsenio Hall show, things that make you go, Although, I'm not against the idea of having those 2 title changes. Again, if you want to do them internationally and have Jinder Mahal win the title in India, I don't think that's a horrible idea. Now, why they decided to make that decision now as opposed to maybe doing it with a Nakamura before or whatever it is, as you mentioned, the timeline is all sorts of weird. And it could just be that WWE decided, we're going to change our mind, because they do that a lot. But it does lead one to speculation because everything is so it just was so, I don't want to say sloppy, but if they're deciding to change gears suddenly, it is really sloppy the way they've gone about this. But again, we'll just have to kind of see what kind of transpires here as we go along.
We're on Monday. We've got pardon me, everybody. I'm
Vicks on Monday.
Battling a cold. Yes, It is winter now here. There was actually snow near my house.
What?
Yeah, can you believe that? It's appalling.
God.
Literally 10 minutes from my house, it's snowing. The Manhattan Center part of the Raw 25th anniversary has completely sold out. No surprise, small building,
Really?
hot ticket. January 22nd, they're gone. So If you were trying to get a ticket, it's not too late because you could go to the secondary market and pay like an ungodly amount of money for those tickets, and they will sell on the secondary market, which is the crazy thing. So that's that update. And this coming Raw, Monday night's Raw, we've got a Miz TV segment with Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan versus the Drifter in a guitar on a pole match.
Sweet.
Yep, guitar on a pole match. Which begs the question, like, what do you do with it when you get it? You hit the guy in the shoulder with it? Because they're not allowing headshots. So, like, once you get it, you play a concert?
Well, even when they've tried shoulder shots, people have been hit in the head with the thing, you know? It's just been either that or they swing it, and before they even hit the guy, the thing comes apart as if it was like, it's still nothing is as bad, and I know I'm just getting away from what we're talking about here. Remember Jim Duggan's 2x4 with the Revolution in WCW? Where
they gave him the foam rubber one?
Yeah, he and Dean Malenko were fighting over it, and it was bending.
Let me tell you something. I watched, what show was it that we just watched? It was, it was a Royal Rumble from 2001. And I swear to the Lord above, like somebody can go back, I don't think there may have ever been a WWE show in history that had more shots to the head in a single match. Like there probably were in ECW. I mean, I'm not saying in the history of wrestling like all promotions, but like for WWE, I've been watching all the Rumbles and the old Raws, the Attitude Era. I mean, I never seen anything like this. Every single solitary person got hit in the head multiple times by gimmicks in this battle. It was crazy. So listen, a guy hitting a dude with a foam rubber 2x4, I'm all for it. I am all for it.
More so you wouldn't want to be Maven against The Undertaker?
Dude, I wouldn't want to be anybody in that 2001 Rumble. Let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's up?
This is Ryan from State College, PA.
Excuse me, State College, PA? What are you doing? What are you doing there, Ryan? A show?
Penn State.
At the Bellator fight.
Whoa. I'm not going to cut you off, Ryan, but hold on a second. Slow down, buddy. You're going to Bellator?
Yeah, I'm right across from the Adam Cole, actually. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's related to wrestler Adam Cole, but there's a building called the Adam Cole.
Well, why don't you go investigate and find out what it's all about, Ryan? What are you a MMA fan? You never talk about MMA, really.
I have to talk about MMA. It's just one of my buddies wanted to go, and he's supposed to be picking me up at the hotel. So
I see. So
his idea.
Your buddy's dragging you along to the Bellator show. Huh. What's the main event tonight?
I believe it's Ryan Bader's fighting in the main event. I'm not sure who he's fighting.
That's true.
What I'm more interested in is these State College wrestlers, like alumni, that are fighting. Do you think if any of them get beat really bad or get knocked out, since they're the heavy favorite, there'll be some sort of riot on campus?
I don't think you got to worry about that, Ryan. You're going to be all right. Don't worry about any riots.
Although I'll tell you what, Ed Ruth is going to be pretty pissed off.
Excuse me, Ryan, what was that?
Tomorrow's supposed to be protest day, so I don't know if that will give them a reason to protest.
Protest day?
I think you're all right. What's on your mind, Ryan, as you sit there in State College?
Well, the only other question I had for you is, what was up with that Kenny versus Ryan sign that Mike had on his page? Is Kenny going to make it a fight Joey Ryan anytime soon?
I'm sure that's what the sign was about, Ryan. I think it's about you and Kenny.
Okay.
That's what everyone else thought.
Kenny and Galston.
Yeah.
Well, when's that match take place between Kenny and...
I don't know. You tell me. You're in it.
Yeah.
What are you asking me for?
Maybe it'll be like right after, Brian turns on Tom again. I mean,
I should be interviewing you for the show, Ryan. Clearly, you're gonna have a match coming up, unlike me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks very much for the call, Ryan. I don't know what's up with that sign. I got no idea what's going on.
Ed Ruth.
God, all that time, and that was his question. What's going on with that sign? I didn't hold it up. It was someone at the show.
I think somebody Bellator paid him to actually bring that up because of all of the things that were going on this weekend. I don't think we were going to talk about Ryan Bader and Linton Vassell or whatever his name is, and we're still not. But I did want to shoehorn in the Ed Ruth thing because he is one of those Penn State guys that was a dynamo.
Wasn't he one of the headbangers?
He was. It was no. I think it was
Glenn Ruth. Oh man.
Who's also not Glenn Jacobs, running for mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, with a Bullet Club shirt. Did you see that?
I did see that.
It's amazing.
Hey, guy that thinks like that should be the winner of the mayoral race.
Who is this dude even running against? I got to see Ballotpedia.
I don't know. I'm questioning whether he's even got an opponent. Go find out who Glenn.
And is he running as a Republican or a Libertarian? Is he an independent? What is Glenn Jacobs? We need to have him on and talk about
I
this.
think that
Who is Glenn
if
Jacobs?
I recall correctly, I think he is a libertarian, but he's not running as a libertarian.
Duh.
I think he's running either as a Republican or an independent. Find out for me. This is very important
You don't want to
information.
shake up the system of Knox County, Tennessee by throwing them all cattywampus with a third party.
So, as noted, the Bound for Glory show is this weekend, and the main event right now, at this moment, is Eli Drake versus Johnny Impact for the global title. Although, on the show, it is apparently going to be the return of Alberto El Patron. And so, I guess he's going to do something, and he's a big name. He may end up added to the main event, for all I know. That's been discussed, apparently. And a lot of guys have left Impact of late. In particular, 2 referees, Brian Stifler, Brian Hebner, both gone. Stifler had been there forever, as had Hebner, actually. Guess we're going to use local referees when they tape from now on. Back in a moment, Wrestling Observer Live.
Y'all part of the reason I ain't gonna stop. Against the odds, I went hard until I popped. Came from the bottom and now I'm standing on top. I had dreams and now they all coming true.
Results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. If you owe the IRS back taxes, payroll taxes, or have not filed your returns, the IRS will get you. They can take your property, take you to court, even put you in jail. One call to Wall and Associates, and your tax problems are solved. Wall has saved clients over $150 million in the last 5 years. Our average client settles for about 10% of what is owed. With one call to Wall, you'll never need to talk to the IRS again. We offer free face-to-face consultations in your local area. Remember, Wall has a proven track record with a total client savings over $150 million. Call now for your free face-to-face consultation. 800-813-9940. 800-813-9940. 800-813-9940.
Are you an inventor who would like to try to have an invention or idea patented and submitted to companies, but you don't know what to do next? Call for free information from InventHelp. InventHelp, a leading inventor service company, has been helping inventors since 1984 and has sales offices located in more than 60 cities nationwide. You'll want to talk to the company that has helped secure more than 7,000 invention patents. So call InventHelp. Even if you have an idea for improving an existing product and don't know where to go with it, you'll still want to call InventHelp for free information. You'll find out how InventHelp may assist you in trying to patent your invention and submit it to companies. So call now.
Call InventHelp at 1-800-316-1738. That's 1-800-316-1738. Get your free information by dialing 1-800-316-1738. That's 1-800-316-1738. 1-800-316-1738.
If you are age 85 or younger, call to learn more about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network. The average funeral now costs over $10,000. Are you at risk of leaving loved ones to help pay your debts? A final expense policy for seniors can pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. You don't need a medical exam, and you can have lifetime coverage, and the policy cannot be canceled. To receive free information about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network, call now. You'll also receive information about a free prescription discount card just for calling in. Agents are standing by.
Call 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. Call now. That's 800-508-5774.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live with Bryan Alvarez and Mike Sempervive on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
My buddy Rob says that he's pretty sure Glenn Jacobs is a Republican. Have you been on the case, Mike?
Yeah, I'm looking for. Is his name in all caps or something like that? Why'd you make sure to emphasize that?
Well, I mentioned something the other day, but I didn't mention his name, and he got on me, so I made sure I mentioned his name this time.
It's
Rob.
Everything about this Knox County race has got everything to do with Glenn Jacobs, Republican candidate, and nothing about anybody else. Amazing how that is going on here with this celebrity.
Good for him, then.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. So he's a Republican.
Apparently.
All right, well, there you go, everybody.
Yes, looking small government, wants more transparency, wants to keep the taxes low, keep building the local businesses.
Let me write all this down for my run.
Going out there being the man.
Taxes low.
Mm-hmm.
Seems
They
like a
like
good
that.
one to run on.
Yes.
I should mention here, this person on a text message says, if Filthy Tom turns on you at Defy, will you be punishing Vinny and Craig like Vince did with Briscoe and Patterson on Retro Raw?
Whoa. What, did the Russians buy that read or something? What, are you turning around news all of a sudden? Now Filthy is going to turn on you when there's been no history out there of this at all? In fact, it's been the other way around?
Well, I mean, I'm sure his theory is that Filthy's looking for revenge, and he's going to get it at Defy. Listen, I should not have even announced that I was going to corner Tom at Defy. I should have just shown up. Now everybody's created all of these scenarios in their head, all of this stuff they expect to see, and they ain't going to see it. So everybody just pretend I never said that I was going to be there. Maybe I won't even show up now.
No, you are, because I'm sure there's free food involved, so you'll show up for that. But are you going somewhere with Tom afterwards? I mean,
yeah,
is
there's
there
another
a
show on
second leg of
Saturday.
this trip?
There's a Vancouver show we're going to together. We're going to rent a Maserati and we're going to do a ride along.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot of fun. Why would I screw that up by screwing him over on Friday night? It's not going to happen.
Who's renting this thing?
I'm going to read more of these texts right here. This person says, Elias, Jason, Jordan, guitar on a pole. Does not matter when it airs. It will be death for ratings and a live crowd. Maybe. Because it's one of those things that's so weird. It's like a train wreck. Like, can people really turn away from Jason Jordan and the Drifter in a guitar on a pole match? Really?
Especially if you get, like, I mean, could you see the club involved? I could see other people coming down to, add a whole lot of eye candy, if that's what you want to call it, to it.
This person says, I agree something is going on with Jinder and AJ, because they could have just had AJ and Jinder in a non-title match where AJ could then earn his number one contendership. You're right, they could have done that. But they didn't. They specifically made it a title match. So, we'll see. Let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's going on?
Hello, this is Brian from Baltimore.
Hello, Brian. Excellent name.
How you doing? Thank you. Is it
Brian with a Y?
So
of course it is.
No, with an I.
So you don't want to say that when someone asks, but go ahead.
Quick comment on Glenn Jacobs, and then I have a comment on last night's show, NXT review. Yeah, he's running as a Republican in a Republican primary, which is in May, and having little experience in politics. It's possible that he's back.
I hate to interrupt the show with breaking
roster.
news, but it's snowing outside my house right now. I just want everyone to know that.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, Brian. I apologize. In case the
It
show goes off the air.
Warm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. We'll send help. Yeah, so Glenn Jacobs is running in the primary, which is in May, and then the general election's in August. And if you're running at an odd time like that, where there's really no other elections, maybe one reason, obviously, Kane has a place on the roster. He's got a story that seems to be semi-coherent, but he might be back on the road because, if you've got a name, a Republican of some celebrity in an election where there's not a lot of other candidates taking attention, he might be kind of a big national figure, someone that the Republicans might be, and they take him around and he would do various fundraisers. He was in Baltimore, last Monday. He might have gone to the Republican, the Maryland Republicans meeting or whatever, fundraise. That's a thing that they do. So maybe that's one reason why he wanted to be back on the road now, is so he can go around and do various fundraisers and events and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe.
That's a good theory. Now, here's my question for everybody, because I don't understand stuff like this. Like, if you're trying to help out Glenn, like, let's say that Vince decides, man, it'd be really cool if one of our superstars was the mayor of Knox County. Let's help him out here. Like, can you bring him back as, like, a nice, happy, friendly babyface that always does good things for the good guys? Like, why is he back as a diabolical heel? I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess. In 2017, everybody knows.
The president, so, they don't care. That's a character. Man, everybody knows that.
You're right. Okay, what's your next comment?
All right. So my next comment, Brian, I must correct you and admonish you on your NXT review from last night.
Where's my dump
where
button?
You questioned Kairi Sane for her antics and her dress particularly.
Yeah, I did.
I watch very little Japanese wrestling, very little women's Japanese wrestling, so I have no investment in her whatsoever. So I say this as a completely unbiased observer. You are totally wrong for criticizing her for walking around dressed as a pirate with a ship's wheel when she is in an arena at Full Sail University.
You know,
it makes perfect sense.
I'll admit I hadn't thought of that. But listen, hold on. Let's all get serious here for a second, all right?
Yeah.
So, first off, I wasn't even really criticizing her for walking around like that. More, when I saw it, the first thing I thought was, oh my God, when Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon see this girl walking around in a pirate outfit with that wheel, like, it's death. Like,
no, they'll give her a parrot.
I can just see them seeing that and going, oh man. Like, coming up with even stupider. I thought it was just going to be a bad idea when they saw that. Now, listen, back in the day, I used to get all of these videotapes from Japan, back when you actually had to watch things on videotape. And so there'd be the Japanese shows, and they'd have the commercials, whether it be Pride or New Japan or whatever. And one of my favorite things about watching those old tapes was actually watching the commercials because they were absolutely nuts.
Mark Coleman riding a banana?
Sure. My wife is a big fan of Ellen. And apparently this whole season, there's this commercial that Ellen has inserted in like every episode this season. And in the commercial, I was like sitting there watching TV with my wife the other day, and she goes, oh my God, you got to see this commercial. She's played it every day this season. And the commercial starts, and it's like there are these kids, and then like a UFO shows up, and the UFO has nipples, and it starts spraying milk down onto these kids. I swear to God, and I said, it's from Japan, isn't it? And sure enough, it was. Like, I knew immediately, because I've seen so many of these commercials in my life.
Was Bob Sapp at the end of it?
The point of this is, like, Kairi being a pirate with a hat and a wheel, it is perfect for Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
But Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn are not sitting around watching commercials from Japan. They're not watching Japanese pro wrestling. All they're seeing is in the middle of Full Sail, some girl walks in wearing a hat and turning a wheel.
You're a pirate?
You're a pirate? And I can't even say what he would say from there.
Where's Burchell?
So I just worry. Yeah, look at Paul Burchell's pirate gimmick, how far that got him. So
Jean-Pierre Lafitte.
I worried a little bit when I saw it. That's all, Brian. That's all. I just worried a little bit when I saw it, thinking about the future.
Well, we're all worried about what might happen in the future with Vince in charge, but okay.
Thanks so much for the call. I appreciate it. That was
a great weekend.
An excellent call, Brian, to go along with your excellent name. Yeah, the wheel. Like she's walking around spinning this wheel. Oh. Not even attached to anything. Just carries a wheel with her. This person here says, he's got one of these. No way WWE keeps the title on Jinder until WrestleMania 34, right? Can't imagine them letting Brock and Jinder hold their titles till Mania 34. Well, listen. So if something happened and Jinder ends up losing the title on Tuesday, I mean, this is not even like speculation. I mean, something happened. Because otherwise, like, they wouldn't have announced on Tuesday a totally different match, and then on Thursday just completely changed their minds. I mean, something happened between Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know what it was, okay? But had whatever that was not happened, I mean, Jinder probably was going to be the champion until Mania. I mean, I've been talking about this since like the week that he won the title. I've been hearing people say that. Like, this is long term. Like, this is probably going to go through Mania. And it still could. Like I said, this could be nothing but a reaction to the Halloween ratings, which I believe I've called Thanksgiving like 25 times in the last 2 weeks. But this could be nothing more than a reaction to the Halloween ratings. That could be it. And Jinder wins, and he goes on, and he loses a non-title match to Brock. He goes to India, and he keeps the title till Mania. That could be all that this is all about.
Can you imagine freaking out to that degree? I guess we are imagining.
Yes, I am
Vince
imagining
freaking out to that degree
right now.
That Halloween rating with the World Series on, With this kind, I just, to me, there's such a built-in excuse of why you go, well, this is why this happened, as opposed to the other way around, which is you see that rating when you have all of that stuff and then completely lose it in the other direction. It is odd thinking.
A couple more text messages here. Phone lines are open, by the way, 844-411-5411. This person says, maybe Jinder breaks Punk's record. I don't think... I'm not holding my breath for that one. Person says they should have brought Corporate Kane back. You're right, they should have. He should come back and be a babyface. He should be a babyface second in command to Kurt Angle.
There's still time, man. The position can change you. Maybe it doesn't change everybody, but it could change him.
It's true. Back in a moment with more Wrestling Observer Live.
Filling an opening at your company means more than just finding an employee. You're looking for a fit, a match. Robert Half understands that. We know you need someone who can do the work, someone who complements your culture. And of course, you need that someone fast. When it all comes together, it makes for a perfect fit. Satisfaction guaranteed. Robert Half, the matching experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Visit roberthalf.com for more information.
There are certain people you can always trust. Your grandma, your grandma's friends, lifeguards, action movie heroes who tell you to trust them. But there's no one you can trust more than your doctor. And when it comes to their own frequent heartburn, doctors and pharmacists trust the power of the purple pill, Nexium 24-Hour. And when you choose Nexium 24-Hour, you'll see why. When it comes to heartburn, trust the brand doctors trust. Nexium 24-Hour. May take 1 to 4 days. Use as directed.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing new author submission kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more.
800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live with Bryan Alvarez and Mike Sempervive on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
We're back in the show. Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Mike Sempervive, also of WrestlingObserver.com. Person here, text message, is Finn leaving WWE? There are reports of this. No, he's not. There's been a lot of wacky reports over the last couple of weeks.
Who's reporting these reports?
Dave, it's not Dave reporting, but there was another deal I was reading here. But no, he's not leaving. He was making a joke on his Twitter, which he is wont to do, as they say. If you want to give us a call, 844-411-5411. That is 844-411-5411. Text messages, 425-780-7566. Let's go to those phones. You're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, it's Austin and Linwood. How you doing? This snowfall, it's just nuts.
Yeah, tell me about it. You been hearing me ranting during the break about this snow?
A little bit. I heard you, and I heard Mike trying to make you feel better. Sometimes when I'm on during the break, you can hear stuff, but not very much. Yeah. So, so the thing about the Halloween rating that we should remember, Vince does have at least one historical incident of freaking out over a bad rating and changing creative direction in response to a rating that he should not have been worried about. And this one would be, I think it was 1996, and it was a show where it was a tape show, and they just broadcasted like a house show from Berlin, and it did like a historic low record, and it was that point afterward that they decided to change the creative direction of the company as opposed to the years previous where this creative direction was already failing. It was when they had one really bad raw rating from that. So this might be the exact same thing. Who knows? Maybe AJ Styles is winning the title on Tuesday because Vince McMahon has had a freak out about a Halloween rating.
Well, it's possible, but one thing you also have to remember, Austin, is that it is 2017 and not 1996. So we're 21 years after that freak out. And as this person here notes, I don't think it's about ratings because, like Davis said, ratings don't matter as much. They booked Jinder as champion knowing ratings weren't the goal. You're right.
It's true.
They made him the champion knowing that this was not going to be an immediate success in any way, and it was like a long-term project. So, you're right. It does seem unlikely that this is about ratings.
But with one extended olive branch towards India, which is, in theory, then what this thing would be, him winning the title there, India claiming a title change, making that a big, huge deal, no matter how or for whatever reason it is that you get there. Again, with everything not mattering and it being all about USA TV money and everything, I mean, there is not a horrible idea because it's not just about that USA money. It's about the 10 money, the Sony money. I can't remember who exactly has got their rights over there, but whoever's given them money over there, it's about them too. And him winning the title over there, again, is a great photo op, no matter what you think of Jinder as champion.
Laura here actually says maybe they want to create a feel-good moment because it is in the Manchester Arena.
And there's the other part of that, too. Again, 2 international title changes, and you have one in England. You get that. And it's AJ Styles. Nothing wrong with that either.
Well, the other thing to think about is you can have a feel-good moment in the Manchester Arena without changing the world title. I mean, they could have changed the tag titles, for example. I mean, they already announced the Usos versus Benjamin and Gable next week. I mean, you could do that for your title change. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do.
Does it have the gravity, though, of AJ Styles standing there posing, holding up that belt with a dramatic angle on the camera shot?
Yeah, but think about this. Does he have to actually win it? I mean, could you change the tag team titles and then do what the other person suggested? It's a non-title match. AJ wins. He poses with the belt because he's the new number 1 contender. I mean, all these things are going to send the people home happy. Like, you don't have to change the world title. Or maybe you do. She might be right. I don't know. Following the departures of Emma, Darren Young, and Summer Rae earlier this week, another wrestler has been released from their WWE contract. Not Finn Balor. It's NXT's Sawyer Fulton. Announced he is no longer with the company. He wrote that he worked as hard as possible to come back after being injured in 2016, but it did not end up working out. He noted that he's going to continue in pro wrestling and vowed to get back to WWE in the future. Like with Emma, Young, and Summer Rae, injury issues significantly hindered Fulton's career. He suffered an arm injury towards the end of last year that kept him out of action for several months. Due to the injury, he was written out of the Sanity stable as Killian Dane joined Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, and Nikki Cross in the lineup. Made his return in April, defeated Brennan Williams in his first back match in May, never returned to television.
A battle of exciting names right there. Brennan Williams against Sawyer Fulton.
Yeah, some of the names in NXT I'm not a huge fan of, but there you go. Not one person, by the way, has called in today, or I don't even think even texted, about Bisping George St. Pierre. I think the show's going to do pretty good. I don't think it's going to do a million buys. I think it's going to do pretty good, even though people are not expecting it to be pretty good and are seemingly uninterested in it. But I guess we'll see. Also, this from the Daily Update. Things got heated at the press conference for Saturday's UFC show in Madison Square Garden, as Cody Garbrandt claimed that TJ Dillashaw told everybody in the gym how to get by using PEDs and said Dillashaw was on everything. Uriah Faber has made remarks after Dillashaw's last fight about his physique change, as in implying the new testing forced him off. Dillashaw, of course, denied everything, said he is tested every day. Well, I can tell you one thing, he's not tested every day. Dillashaw also said there was no truth to the story Chris Holdsworth said, that he threw a sucker knee at him when they were rolling. Dillashaw said all of this coming out was timed to be the week of the fight. So, that's a story there. Dillashaw facing Cody Garbrandt in the semi-main event of the show Saturday night. Also, Joanna Rose Namajunas for the women's strawweight title. 3 title matches on that show. It is looking to be a long night. What'd you send me here? Oh, is that
picture to make you feel
Mark
better
Coleman
about the snow outside,
on the banana?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mark Coleman riding a banana there.
That is Mark Coleman riding a banana.
Bob Sapp.
You should tweet that.
I will. Bob Sapp, I don't think people, I don't know, so much time has now passed and have gotten old, but there was a time, folks, where Bob Sapp wasn't just available to come to your town to get beat up at your bat mitzvah. I mean, he was actually, huge in Japan to the point where he had a ridiculous amount of licensed items in his name, including women's
accoutrements.
Yes, he did.
No.
He had pizzas. He had everything. It was the most amazing thing in the world. And every single ad that you could think of was Bob Sapp turned up to 15, which was even more amazing than seeing him promote fights. Was seeing him act as Bob Sapp in some of those commercials. It was a time, and a time that continues on. If anybody's ever seen The Simpsons parody of Mr. Sparkle with Homer, yeah, there's a lot of ads that are just like that.
Bert says, I'm excited about the UFC, but I'm disappointed at the lack of attention because this is UFC's biggest card of the year. Well, we've talked about it a fair amount on Observer Radio, and there's Josh Nason's Punch-Out has a big deal on it this week, and a lot of other stuff as well. So there is stuff out there, but it doesn't seem like it's getting the attention of, for example, Mayweather-McGregor, which it was never going to, but...
Although this is going to get all of the... I think it's going to do pretty well because it is, GSP and Michael Bisping, and there are some, I think all of the hardcore fans, I think even most of your more active, casual UFC fans are going to be turned on, to see this. But I haven't had a chance to see much hype leading into it. It certainly doesn't feel like a whole lot of it, which is a little bit disappointing because I'm not saying the GSP deserves better or anything like that, but, him coming back and after the amount of time he's been off, it's a very interesting fight, and I think it's, I'm not saying it smacks against his legacy or anything like that, but it would be too bad if this doesn't do well.
This person here, actually this is the front page of WrestlingObserver.com, which is not a person. EA Sports announced today Conor McGregor, shocker here, cover athlete for the new installment of their UFC video game, UFC 3, scheduled to be released for both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles February 2nd, 2018. McGregor also featured on last year's cover, sharing the spotlight with Ronda Rousey. 2 belts, 2 covers. EA Sports got it right again, McGregor said, about being chosen for UFC 3. So, it's the update. New cover model for that UFC video game.
Shocking.
This person here says, was Sister Abigail a symptom of Bray's viral issues, or can we expect a return to that story? I hadn't thought about that, but, it's kind of weird because, let me think about this. Could they do it on...
If they came back and just dropped it, never said another word, would anybody care?
Well, no one would care, but it's weird because Bray was at Raw Monday, and he was good to go, but they didn't use him, and Finn... everything from now till Survivor Series is built around Finn ending up on the Survivor Series team for Raw versus SmackDown. So, I guess they could change their plans and have Bray cost him that match and put somebody else in there, but I think fans want to see Finn AJ again, so, and that, that was the original idea, was they were going to be on a team together, or a team facing each other at Survivor Series, so, maybe I don't know. It's weird. Like, there's nothing for Bray to do until after Survivor Series. Do you think they'll just keep him off TV till after Survivor Series? If he just shows up, I mean, maybe they could do, like, the TV match, Demon versus Bray, but that's more like a pay-per-view thing. And Raw doesn't have another pay-per-view till, Royal Rumble after Survivor Series. So I guess we'll see.
He needs to, and again, it's nothing with him personally, but he needs to go away. And they need to not speak of this Finn and Bray thing. Maybe they can come back with it way later on down the road, but they need to get him away for the rest of the year. I think we've seen enough of Bray Wyatt this year. I'm cool with it for quite some time.
This person here says, one thing that no one has realized is the Raw 25th anniversary show is actually the go-home show for the Royal Rumble. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
That is kind of, it's interesting because it is going to be a special show. They'll bring back a lot of guys. They'll do a lot of highlights from the last 25 years. And it's kind of weird to have a show that you got to do two things at the same time. You got to celebrate the 25th anniversary. You got to make people feel like they've got their money's worth, that show up and bought their very, very expensive tickets and are watching on TV. But also, you got to focus on the show coming up on Sunday, the Royal Rumble, arguably the second biggest show of the year. So it's going to be a packed show, I'll tell you that much. Maybe one arena can be about the 25th anniversary, and they can bring back like Marty Jannetty and guys like that. And the other arena will be about the Royal Rumble, because they're going back and forth, like Mania 2.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Just trying to think of different ideas. Did you watch Tom Lawler last night on Impact? I heard about it. I didn't see it, but I heard about it after the fact, I might add. Nobody told me about this. But yeah, he went on there and he mentioned
if he told you anything about watching or being on Impact, you just wouldn't believe him anyway, and then you'd probably kick him in the face.
Mike, you got to get over this, dude. You got to let it go.
I'm looking, as a pro-union guy and a pro-man of the people. I'm looking out for him. I'm just saying that I worry about your intentions, frankly. And again, I've watched a lot of Sting.
Well, I'm going to have to hate to prove you wrong again, Mike.
Sting and
it's going to be a rough week for you next week when you find out I was right.
It's Tom Lawler. He's going to get you. Yeah,
this person says, just learned that DirecTV Now has added Pop TV to their packages and will be offering DVR capabilities soon. I love the service. Works on my phone and tablet when I'm away from home. Might be worth looking into since Hulu Live didn't work for you. I had DirecTV Now for a while. I've tried a lot of these streaming services because I'm not always home and I got to watch all these shows. But they didn't have DVR, so it was out. So once the DVR feature is working on DirecTV Now, I'll be back. I'll tell you that right now. Back in a moment, Wrestling Observer Live.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for prescription drugs? Well, we have great news. Now you can finally get prescription drugs at huge discounts from Canada Drug Center. That's right, the most popular drugs for cholesterol, high blood pressure, depression, diabetes, arthritis, and many more are now up to 75% off. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices when you can get brand name drugs at the lowest price? Call today and get up to 75% off all the popular brand name prescription drugs. Never pay high prices again. Get the most popular drugs at huge savings from our Canadian and international pharmacies and fulfillment centers. No insurance? No problem. Prices are so low you do not need benefits or insurance to get all your prescriptions fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting to take your call now. Order today and get free shipping. Just call 800-950-1180. Up to 75% off all the popular brand name prescription drugs and free shipping. Call 800-950-1180. That's 800-950-1180.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
When you struggle with credit card bills every month, you're not just in debt. Debt is all around you.
I see people every day that are on the brink. They're going to go over the edge, and at the bottom is bankruptcy, and we pull them back.
At the Debt Helpline, we're experts at helping you resolve your debt problems and become free of debt. We can help you pay off your debt and give you one lower monthly payment that you can afford.
You do get to consolidate your payments. You only have to worry about making one payment a month instead of making 3 or 4 or 5.
If you have $5,000, $10,000 or more in credit card bills, call the Debt Helpline now for a free confidential debt analysis.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. Call the CESI Debt Helpline right now for a free confidential debt review. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063.
Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Mike Sempervive, also WrestlingObserver.com. Don't forget, there is a big New Japan show on Saturday night, one of 3 big shows this weekend. UFC, of course, Michael Bisping, George St. Pierre for the middleweight title, Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw for the bantamweight title, and Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Rose Namajunas for the women's strawweight title. 5 fights on the main card. Stephen Thompson, Jorge Masvidal, Johnny Hendricks, Paulo Costa. Also Sunday is the TNA Bound for Glory show. Myself and Vinny will be watching and reviewing this show. For those that miss Impact reviews, Eli Drake, Johnny Impact, maybe with Alberto El Patron for the Impact Global Championship. Trevor Lee, Damian Xavier, Garza Jr., Matt Sydal, Petey Williams, Sanjay Dutt for the Impact X Division title. Dave and Jake Christ. Yes, they're back versus LAX. We got Sienna versus Ali versus Gail Kim for the Knockouts title. Moose and Stephan Bonner versus King Mo and Lashley. 6 sides of steel. Can't wait for that one. Abyss Grado. If Grado loses, his work visa will be rescinded, terminated. He must leave the country, and also the U.S. Rosemary Taya Valkyrie first blood match. You read that right, or heard that right. And Team Impact versus Team AAA 6-man tag team match. That's the lineup for that show, so check it out, everybody.
Man.
And yes.
Dia de la Muerte, New Japan Power Struggle, Manami Toyota Retirement Show, Bellator, just tons of stuff.
Back here Monday to talk about, Sunday actually, everybody. We'll back here Sunday to talk about it. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. Get a full lineup of all of the shows we do on Sports Byline by going to sportsbyline.com. And, of course, for more, WrestlingObserver.com. Members-only shows every single day. 8,000 archived shows, thousands of archived newsletters, and so much more for subscribers. Do not miss out. If you like this show, you'll love WrestlingObserver.com. And we are out of here. Thanks, Mike, as always. Everybody in the studio. Talk to you again Sunday. Wrestling Observer Live.